Fellow Southern Cameroonians, Ambazonians, greetings. This is Comrade Dabney Yerima. Before I talk about Takumbeng'S Day, which is to take place tomorrow, 22nd of September 2024, let me make a few remarks about what happened in Bonakanda Junction a few days back when gendarmes from the Legion in Boya went door to door, removing civilians from their homes, illegally arresting them and taking them to an unknown destination. In simple terms, it was brutal assault, terrorization, humiliation, and dehumanization. We condemned this act in the strongest terms possible. Comrade John and other comrades came out powerfully against it. It is unacceptable for such acts to continue in Ambazonia. We now understand that that particular raid was orchestrated by CPDM elites who are insane in collaboration with the gendarmes to please the naked emperor, Paul Biya, by forcing these youths and men against their will and wish to watch a documentary about Biya, an evil, wicked Paul Biya, a fake statesman taking French Cameroon to the grave with him. But who is Biya? The real man, Paul Biya. Who is he? Paul Biya, the long-serving president of French Cameroon, who continues and combines authoritarianism, manipulation of political structures, and suppression of opposition to maintain power. He surrounds himself with loyalists, co-opting the judiciary, legislature, and military to ensure a firm grip on every facet of governance. Elections, if held, are often rigged or heavily influenced, giving the illusion of democracy while ensuring his continued reign. He controls the media, curbing freedom of speech, suppressing dissent, and imprisoning or silencing political opponents. Any potential threats, such as opposition parties, activists, or civil society, are crushed through intimidation, violence, or corruption. Economically, Biya amasses personal wealth by siphoning off public funds for his family and friends, while the majority of the population lives in abject poverty. Corruption is systematic in French Cameroon, with loyalists benefiting from government resources and contracts, further entrenching the leader's power. The regime would maintain a veneer of stability by using security forces, often committing human rights abuses in French Cameroon, mass killings, abduction, kidnappings for ransom in Ambazonia to keep the population in check. Paul Biya also manipulates ethnic or regional divisions to sow fear and justify a continued heavy-handed rule, presenting himself as the only figure capable of holding the country together. The 2 cubes of sugar which have refused to dissolve has proven him wrong. Internationally, he skillfully plays foreign powers against one another, using geopolitical interest to maintain support despite their authoritarian practices. Diplomacy would focus on securing foreign aid or investment while deflecting criticisms of internal governance and his war of genocide in Ambazonia. This is the man Paul Biya, and if he is not portrayed as such in that documentary, it is useless for any person to waste his time or her time watching it. Ambazonians, let me now use this moment to thank our mothers in Boya who came out in their numbers and boldly demanded for the whereabouts of their children and husbands. They witnessed the barbarism and cruelty of the invading military of French Cameroon as they illegally arrested, abducted their children and husbands, and took them away. They didn't sit back. Our mothers came out in boldness, asking for the whereabouts of their children and husbands. That is the power of womanhood. We stand today on the precipice of history, in the midst of an existential war for our independence. Our struggle is not merely for our land or natural resources, it is for our own very survival. It is for the preservation of our identity, values, and freedom. In this war, the role of the woman is not just significant, it is fundamental. Throughout history, women have often been viewed as the silent strength behind great movements. But today, we must acknowledge a truth that echoes through the ages. Women are not behind the movement, they are at its heart. They are not merely bystanders, but warriors, leaders, symbols of resilience in the fight for our future. In every conflict, while liberation volunteers fight on the front lines, another battle is fought at home. Women have always been the keepers of that front. They care for the wounded, raise the children, and ensure that the flames of culture, hope, and resistance continue to burn. But this is not just a support role. It is the backbone of our very survival. In this war of independence, the preservation of our community rests in the hands of women who nurture our future generations, safeguarding the legacy of who we are and what we stand for. We have witnessed in our fight to liberate our homeland that our women have risen as leaders. Across the globe, in every struggle for liberation, there have been countless examples of women who not only contribute but take charge, providing vision and direction when the path forward seems unclear. From Winnie Mandela, Ellen Johnson, Dr. Arakana, to Harriet Tubman, women have proven time and time again that their wisdom, courage, and strategic brilliance are as indispensable as any weapon of war. In our existential battle, we are seeing the same. Women in our ranks are organizing resistance, shaping policy, and rallying our people to stand tall. Their leadership transcends gender. It is the leadership of conviction, determination, and the unwavering belief that freedom is worth any cost. Gone are the days when warfare was seen as the exclusive domain of men. In this fight, women stand shoulder to shoulder with their male counterparts, not only in spirit, but in demonstrations, in combats, and shaping policy. They are fighters, trained and ready to defend our homes, our families, our future. Whether on the battlefield, in the intelligence network, or as the invisible hand disrupting the enemy's plan, women are at the forefront of our struggle. Their bravery defies stereotypes, proving that courage knows no gender. Perhaps most importantly, women embody the spirit of resistance. They carry the stories of our ancestors, the hopes of our children, the fierce determination of our people. The image of a mother shielding her child, the sight of a young girl defying tyranny, the presence of a female leader galvanizing a community. These are the images that will inspire future generations. They show the world that our fight is not only a military struggle, but a moral one, that our course is just that we will not be broken. In this existential war of independence, Women are not merely participants. They are pillars of our struggle. Their roles, whether as mothers, leaders, fighters, or symbols, are intertwined with our destiny. They are the guardians of our soul, the warriors of our spirit, and the visionaries of our future. Let us honor them, not only with words, but with action. Let us fight side by side, knowing that the strength of our women is the strength of our cause. Together, we will emerge victorious for our freedom, for our people, and for the generations yet to come. Let us join our women on the 22nd of September 2024 to celebrate Takumbeng'S Day, that day which our mothers and sisters answered the call of our president, Siseko Ayuk and came out in their numbers with a strong message that we shall fight and not give up until Ambazonia is free. God bless you. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Ambazonia.